The ground had slowly calmed beneath my feet, and as I turned around, I was met with a horde of mobs that had spawned in the wake of the expanded darkness. The island above had quadrupled in size, and a vast cavern had opened up below. I battled my way towards the entrance, fighting zombies, skeletons, and the occasional creeper. After the ensuing battle, I was able to make my way towards the side of the mountain, where a giant tear had opened up to reveal a large cavern within, one that I must explore. I arrived at the entrance, and torch in hand, I slowly made my way inside, fighting just a few more mobs left behind. I looked around to find a massive cave stretching outwards and down before me, and as I peered further into the darkness, I noticed a slight glint that caught my eye. I flew down to inspect what could possibly be below. As I landed, a further altercation ensued with more mobs. This subsequently set off a series of alarms. I then knew instantly what I had stumbled onto: the darkness, and something lurking further beneath. Had this been the cause of my failed experiment and the current situation I find myself in? I grabbed a few samples from the surrounding area and headed back to my base to consider my next steps. As I flew out of the cave, I could finally get a full picture of the scope of the destruction, and wondered how much further could this damage possibly spread in the future. I felt it was no coincidence that of all the places, here is where I would end up, as I believed it was the darkness that brought me to this world in the first place. Maybe somewhere below could get me home. Seeing the grandeur of my expanded island did fill me with hope. I could make this an even greater place to conduct my experiments from, live out of, and work, at least for the time being. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode on the Block Breaking server. I know it's been a bit, but I am glad to finally be back. And now we have even more pressing issues to take care of. This makes it imperative that later in this episode, we go check out those coordinates we got from that book we received a while ago. Now, I retrieved a few samples of Skulk from the darkness below, and have a very interesting machine I would like to build in order to run some tests on these. But first, let's just take a look at this island and get a full appreciation for how big this thing is. Man, this is massive. Now, the only issue I see though is it's all stone. So none of this really blends together with the current greenified island. So I think we need to take some time and fully expand out the grass and moss around here in order to have a nice clean slate to actually build these machines on, probably somewhere in this back area. But anyway, let's take some time right now to beautify the rest of this island and make it all match. And there we go. Much better. This gives us plenty of room for some farms, cool builds, and other neat experiments. I have a pretty interesting contraption in mind for how we can test out and see if there's any special properties from this Skulk we gathered from below. But we need two things in order to actually get this built. I'm going to need a foundation for a building where we'll actually conduct these experiments, and we're going to need all the materials to make these devices. And currently, I am material poor. So it's time to get some rest and go on a bit of a material gathering montage. While collecting all this stuff, I kind of wanted to give you all a brief insight into my life outside of Minecraft, to maybe help explain why sometimes there's a bit of a gap between episodes, like the whole month it's taken me to get this one out. In the real world, I work in the film industry, mostly on narrative feature projects. Generally, these last for me anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks, and during production, an average day on set can last between 12 to 14 hours. So besides eating, sleeping, and getting ready to do it all over again, there's no time for anything else. Which is a bummer, because I really do enjoy making these videos. Now don't get me wrong, I like working in the film industry too. I often joke that I wish I could do both at the same time, but alas, that's impossible. Now you may be wondering why I don't try and plan out and edit these videos in advance of starting a new movie. Well, sometimes I barely get a week's notice before I even get on set. I've been in situations where I've gotten a call a day beforehand. It's a crazy industry. But I hope that gives some clarity on why my videos can get sporadic from time to time. And if you're missing me, I generally try and stream one day during the weekends to try and maintain some sort of content coming out. With that out of the way, I think we have the majority of stuff we need to start some building. Well, almost. There's one thing I'm missing, and that is a special enchantment to make these devices work. I need Frostwalker 2 boots. So let's mine up some of this lapis and see if we can get that enchantment through the enchanting table. And first try, no. Okay, let's try again. Nope. Nope. No. And no. Okay, on boots. Respiration 3 on boots. What? That makes no sense. I don't even know how that's possible. Doing it this way is going to take too long. Better idea. Let's actually take that villager breeder we have and put it to use. How about we try and get a librarian that gives us Frostwalker 2 boots? That should take a shorter period of time than it would be to try and get the enchantment from the enchanting table. We will just pop our villager out here and hopefully... Oh wait, there's no button? How did I build this thing and not have a button there to start the minecart? That's goofy. Okay, we have our button. Let's pop this down and go. Villager, and drops right in front of Lectern. You, sir, will give us trades. After a little argument, we finally got him into a position where he'll actually accept possible trades. Now, I haven't got Frostwalker 2 yet, but I'm trying, and hopefully we can get it soon. I got it. We finally got a villager with Frostwalker 2, and it's a little expensive here. That's 35 emeralds per book, but whatever. We only need 2 of them, and, you know, maybe eventually we'll just get rid of this villager and get ourselves a better one. But now that we have these, I think it's finally time we outline the place that we're actually going to build this device at. And here we are. This is roughly the size of this building that we're going to be putting together. Goes all the way around to the back of the island, and it goes through a couple snow biomes, so I'll probably have to use some string to keep these areas over here from gathering snow. But you can see it is right close to the edge. Like literally, this one corner here is exactly at the edge. But I'm pretty happy with the size of this thing overall. There's plenty of room to work, and maybe I'll even extend this down, like make it look like it's blending into the island a little bit. Too soon to say. But anyway, now that we have this outline done, I think it's finally time to place the foundation. So let's get into a time lapse and get this thing done. The foundation is complete, and this is going to eventually be one of the biggest builds I've ever done. And I've given myself a ton of room here for experiments and farms. It's still sticking with the acacia floor and sandstone theme. All of the buildings that I end up building on this little island town here will be, for the most part, in the same aesthetic design. But I'll be using a bunch of different shapes to make them look a little unique. Now, besides this build, I got a little bit ahead of myself and started doing some work on the interior to what is now our villager house. I've added this side staircase up to a second floor where we can give the villagers carrots directly up here. And over in this back attic area is where I'm going to eventually be moving all the villagers to once we've got all the trades and stuff we need locked in. I was doing some tests and I should be able to cram them all nice and neat directly next to each other. Now, the gap between the two sides is super narrow, but I'll be able to put the villagers' workbenches behind them, buried into the roof, so they can still access them for restocking their trades. Now, with the sun setting in the background and all the materials needed for our testing devices gathered, I think it's time to get into another time lapse and get these things built. And the machine is done. As you saw from the time lapse, there are actually 2 of the same machine, just to verify that the results that I get from the samples match. I brought them up here with me to place one on each armor stand, which I'm hoping acts as kind of our like testing conduit to pass the samples into the machine. Now just got to glide over to the other side. Stupid honey blocks making it difficult to get over here. And bam, samples have been placed. After all this work, I'm really hoping the results of these experiments prove fruitful. Time to turn the machine on and see what kind of answers it spits out. Flick this lever right over here and then turn on the other one. Now just got to give it a second to warm up. Well, it's pretty loud and also seems to be lagging out the area just slightly. Let's see here. So on the left, we seem to be getting organic matter as a result. Looks like seeds and moss. And yep, this is verified by the second machine too. Very interesting. And wow, it is actually producing a ton of it. So it would appear that this deep dark skulk matter is in part somewhat plant-based. What on earth that could mean, I really have no clue right now. I'm gonna need to ponder this one for a bit because it's puzzling. But you know what this does mean. We now have a working bone meal farm, and 2 of them, which hey, that's always kind of useful. I think eventually we are going to have to hook these things up to some tree farms. By the way, these designs are by an awesome technical YouTube Minecrafter named Dark. Check out the link to his video in the description below. They are a bit more resilient than your average bone meal moss farm because these things don't break if you accidentally unload the chunk. But with these devices out of the way and the base element of the skulk now known, I can't help but wonder if all the things that have happened out here really have anything to do with my experiments in the first place. I think it's finally time to take this book that had those coordinates in it and see if we can't find that location and maybe some answers along with it. So I've come out here to the shopping district because this seemed like the best location to launch from to find these coordinates that I am supposed to hopefully find Penny at. I have not been able to get in touch with Time. I'm not sure what has happened to him. I hope everything's okay, but I think we're going to head off there now by myself and see if we can't find that sheep or maybe even what happened to Honey. I have no idea what to expect over there, but let's head off. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in this direction. I can't believe I just flew under that. That was pretty sweet. So I think we're getting close because I definitely see some builds out here. Some of them actually look like builds that Honey has done at some point. We're getting... Wait, who's that?
Hearing someone?
Hello?
Oh, hey.
Oda? What are you doing out here?
I got a book. A book showed up at my house, and it's kind of cryptic. I don't know if you can make anything of this. It seems like it's talking about maybe something about the zombie cure that we did.
Let me take a look here. Okay, hold on. Let's take a look at this. Once bitten, twice removed, cured from living death, but revived too soon. Fates intertwined and stars aligned. Where earth did shake and darkness did bind, one shall find what lies below with answers obtained from these coordinates bestowed. Yeah, these are the same coordinates that I got. So I got this book a while ago. Interestingly enough, that was originally addressed to me and Time. And you were bitten by Time, right? I think you were the only one bitten by Time.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think anyone else got turned into a zombie from him.
So I guess twice removed. That's you then. You're the twice removed, once bitten. Interesting. What does the rest of this mean? Where earth did shake and dark. Okay, so you remember my base when you kind of came over there? I have that like floating island thing.
Uh-huh.
There was some earthquakes and blocks flying up to the sky, and that's what actually caused the whole island there. So I'm guessing this is what that's talking about with the earth did shake.
Interesting. Okay.
And recently, and that's the whole reason I've come out here, is it started to happen again. My island is now like even bigger. It's like quadrupled in size, and a giant cavern is opened up in the side of my mountain that yeah, I went down there. I grabbed like some samples of some of the stuff down there. There's like a giant deep dark area below my base, like huge. So
wow.
I've kind of been experimenting with the stuff that I found over there, but it's interesting. I don't know why you would have gotten this. Here, let me throw this back at you. So we both have books leading to these same coordinates. So I was obviously supposed to come here to find Penny
So do you think that like Penny is somehow linked to the goings on at your base?
I don't know if it's Penny or the wool or if it's just happenstance. That's why I've kind of been doing all this research, and I was hoping that this would lead me to it. But the fact that you got a book not referencing any of that makes me think there's something actually a little bit deeper going on here. Let me see here. So what were those coordinates exactly?
Mine does say something about answers obtained from these coordinates. So, so maybe there's, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the mystery will be solved if we find this.
So let's see here. Negative 862 by 4158.
It's
okay.
somewhere around here. I think it might be somewhere up in that hill.
Dude, look behind you. You see that up in the mountain there?
Is that? Looks like a button on the side of the snow.
Yeah. Let's go check that out.
It's iron. It's an iron door.
Oh, that's not actually snow. Oh, there was definitely a path here. Okay, interesting. This has got to be where those coordinates were leading to.
Right around here, yeah.
Okay.
862.
Do you want to go in?
Actually, it's like right where I'm standing is the coordinates.
Maybe it's underneath here then. Okay. I think we should go in. Yeah.
I'm a little scared of that. I'm gonna just go ahead and set a spawn.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. I don't know. I really have no idea what is to follow in there. Right. So, okay, you ready?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Here, I'm gonna just open it real quick and just kind of like peek in and see if I could see anything like around the corner. I didn't see anything. Nothing happened.
Yeah, it looks like it kind of just keeps going, like, or the floor is messed up or something.
Oh, okay. Wait, there's a button above your head. What does that do?
Whoa.
Oh, it just opens the door from there. Okay, so we don't get locked in. Okay, that makes sense. I
probably shouldn't just be hitting random buttons.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fair enough. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is just like a spiral staircase down to somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, let's get... Oh, what was that?
Whoa. I don't like that.
Oh, no.
I'm familiar with that sound, and it never ends well.
Okay, let's just sneak, and hopefully... I'm going to just crouch the whole time and just see...
Okay.
Oh, God, this looks ominous, dude. Look at this entrance here.
Whoa.
Oh, no. What is this?
Dude.
This is terrifying.
I wonder, like, do you think this thing has been around for a while?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, your book did talk about the darkness. I wonder if this is similar to what I found in my base, this darkness, like if this is part of the deep dark stuff.
Oh, it says, let's see, where earth did shake and darkness did bind. Oh, yeah, okay.
First things first, there's two doors. So let's, I guess we open the doors by moving.
Oh, the movement's triggering the doors, I see. Okay.
Let's see, can we see anything down there while it's open? No, I didn't see anything.
I just see like a skulk hallway.
Okay. Well, I guess, should we just each pick a door, go through, and see what happens?
Yeah, split up. Nothing bad can come from that.
No. Totally not. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Am I ready is the next question here. I don't know that I'm ready. Okay, and let's do this. Here we go, dude. Let's go. Go.
Let's do it.
Hello there. I've been expecting you.